this defense really seems like it's elevated its play. What's different? Did anything happen maybe during the bye week that really kind of, allowed you guys to, re-hone in on things?
I don't think so. I think our defense just over the course of the season is going to get better week to week. We're putting that time in every single day. We know we start the year, we're a good defense. We know, but we know how much room there is for improvement. And week after week, I think we're just, letting things click a little more. Every time we get a chance to go out there, we're getting better and better as a defense. And I think to have a performance like it is tonight, it shows that we're getting right where we need to be.
Yeah, I came in on the tail end. You were talking about, Daryl's halftime speech with it, and I missed part of it. But was there anything in general he said that kind of stuck with you? I mean, you're a veteran. You've seen a lot. But even for you, was there something he said that kind of just, struck you that maybe gave you just a little extra something?
Just a passion from him and him showing that because, you're going to go into halftime. There's going to be a close game. You could come out at halftime and, you never know what's going to happen. The game could switch courses and go a different direction if you don't come out, with your hair on fire. And for Daryl to get us going like that and just have everybody come out ready to go and to see that that's exactly what happened come the second half is I think it really shows the passion that he has and the ability to lead that he has as well.
What are you guys feeding Daryl Peterson the last couple of weeks?
I don't know. I was speaking about it earlier, and I'm just so happy for him, and to just see it all pay off for him after everything he's gone through, and given this program and this team, and the sport of football in general, to just keep going and have it all pay off now. I'm really proud.
I know you weren't in a position to maybe be recruited by a school like Illinois coming out of high school, but did this one mean anything to you as an Illinois guy?
Yeah, I was thinking about it all week. I was hoping that. They maybe when they do the scouting reports and they see, I'm from Illinois, they're like, how do we let this guy get away? But definitely good to get a win against a home school like that.
It would have been really easy for things to fall apart here based on what happened in October. Why do you think you guys stuck together and got better when at the time you probably had every reason to kind of mail it in and move on?
Yeah, I think we have a bunch of guys that just know how important football is and how much they have the opportunity. You only get so many, and to just quit on a season like that or let some small things slip away and then it just compounds and you lose the rest of the season is, I think, something that there's nobody out in this team that was willing to let that happen, and to just know that we had the opportunity each week to put a product on tape like we did tonight is, I think, what a lot of guys were focusing on.
Have guys prepped?
Awesome. Yeah, he's always been a leader for this team. The guy who's put so much into this program and showed really just through his work, through the way he carries himself, how you should be as a member of this program. And I think, he's realizing that he's on the tail end of his opportunities here. I don't know how many games he's gotten to play at Camp Randall, but to just be able to speak up and know that he's such a guy that everybody looks to on the team, the way he carries himself. And I think him speaking up really got everybody started going in the second half, knowing how close we were and what we needed to do to finish the game.
The group as a front seven is really played well throughout the year, but it's really come together the last few weeks. What's working even better for you guys?
Just really taking it 1 week at a time and growing, because we started the year, we knew we had a good group, specifically us up front and the front seven, but as a defense in general. And to just have the opportunity each week to get better and better, fix our mistakes here, correct something here, and then we're getting to the tail end of the year showing how dominant of a defense we can be and how good we really are.
Have guys already prepped you on Minnesota and what that game's going to mean to the rest of the senior class?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to mean everything, and not only because it's the last game, but because it's the rivalry game. It's for the Axe. They have it. I'm new to the rivalry, but I know what a rivalry game means to a program, and it's going to be my last college football game ever. So I'm looking forward to it more so than anybody probably, and I'm going to go out there and do everything I can to get that Axe back.
I know in the preseason you guys didn't set out to say, let's win 5 games, but if you can end the way you did with winning 3 out of 4, what do you think that maybe means for just the season in general, maybe the program moving forward?
I think definitely going to be a big confidence thing. That's something I always talk about is confidence, and to have an end to the season like we're having now and we're going to continue to have is, I think, something that's going to be big to kickstart the team going into next year. And I can only do so much while I'm here for this time, but I want to make sure that I'm leaving the program in a good place as well. And I wish the best for everybody moving forward. And I think that nothing is going to help that more than getting a win versus Minnesota.
Apologies for asking. I know you guys have performances with what you saw against. Anything you saw on tape against Illinois that was the impression you all had.
Yeah.
Anything that stood out from them that you thought you guys could exploit?
I think they had, Luke Altmyer and their offensive line was probably one of their strong suits as a team. They were veteran offensive line group that's returning starters. He's been, 3-year starter as a quarterback in the Big Ten, and I think what we saw was that he was going to hold the ball if there was good coverage, and he was going to continue to look downfield for an open receiver. And if we could just keep applying pressure and keep getting after him, it was going to really affect the way the course of the game went. And I think we showed that tonight.
Altmyer did the defense on over there where you guys are getting so close up there.
Yeah.
And then he escapes for like a 14-yard run.
Yeah.
How hard was it trying to contain a quarterback like that?
Yeah, it's always a test, when a quarterback's mobile. But when you really work together as a group, rushing the quarterback, collapsing the pocket, somebody winning, somebody else, making sure they're staying in their rush lanes, I think you just got to work together, and it's got to be complementary between you and the other guys rushing the quarterback. And that's always going to be the case. And I think for the most part, we did that tonight. We affected him in just about every way we could. And beside a couple plays, I'm really proud of us as a front seven.